OMG, you have to enter this competition. Win a $250 Amazon scholarship card by playing the free mobile and PC game Venture Valley. Run your own business and become an entrepreneur today through NASEF's Entrepreneurship Beyond the Game Challenge for fall 2023. Join in the fun at nasef.org/venture-valley.
All right. Well, that is why we are here today. Welcome, everyone, to the NASEF launch of the Venture Valley Entrepreneurship Beyond the Game Challenge. I'm Claire LeBeau. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for NASEF. I'm so excited about this challenge. I am a business person and I love entrepreneurship. And this is such a great hands on way for students to learn about business. So, we're going to give you an overview today. You're going to be able to dive into the game a little bit, hopefully answer some questions, and get you started on your way to winning some gift cards and some grants for your organizations. So, with that, let's do a round robin of introductions. Alex, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Alex Gibson, and I'm the Director of Secondary Services at Harrisburg University of Science and Technology. I do all of our forward facing high school outreach, and I also work within the NASEF community as one of the community leaders this year. So I went up through the fellowship program, was a mentor, and now I get to work with all the fellows and mentors as a community leader in these last 2 years.
And you and all of the mentors and community leaders and fellows, you add so much value to the education that's happening. We always say scholastic esports, not just because it happens in school, but because it's a blend of play and learning. And we're going to carry right on with that today with Venture Valley. John, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi. Nice to meet everyone. My name is John, and I work on the Venture Valley marketing team. Specifically, my role is more tailored to the various events and tournaments that we host. And yeah, I'll pass it off to Riley.
Hi, I'm Riley Solinger. I also work on the Venture Valley team on the marketing side. I am the social media manager for Venture Valley, and I love all things business, entrepreneurship, and esports. So, yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, the first thing that we're going to do is a quick overview of what this game is and why we're doing it. So, most of you, if you've been around NASEF for a while, did I explain the acronym? NASEF is the Network of Academic and Scholastic Esports Federations. Such a mouthful, and that is why we go by the acronym. But we do have people around the world that are learning how to use esports and gaming as a platform for education. And one of the things that we always do is we focus on the ecosystem of career opportunities. When you talk about esports, a lot of times people think if I'm going to make a living in esports, it's because I'm going to be the absolute very best game player ever. Well, I will say this. The four of us are all making a living in something connected to the esports world, but I don't think for any of us it's because we have the very best game skills possible, right? We're all doing something connected to it: marketing, teaching, partnership, social media. And that's what we try to do with NASEF is help students have a way to explore all these different career pathways, whether it's in marketing, which a lot of us represent that aspect today, or it could be even, say, physical therapy for a professional team that's trying to help their players have that slight edge that means oh so much in every professional sports realm. There's data analytics, there's IT support. There are so many different possibilities in the world of esports. And we have what we call Beyond the Game challenges. And this fits into that category. A Beyond the Game challenge is something that is a competition that allows the students to get to know, kind of get their hands in, get their hands dirty, trying out different aspects of the ecosystem in addition to the traditional esports gameplay. Now, what's cool about this one is it is truly a complete blend of both because they're going to be learning about entrepreneurship as they are playing. So, John, why don't you tell us a little bit about Venture Valley and why it's a great way for kids to learn these skills?
Yeah, sure. So, Venture Valley was a game that's created by the Singleton Foundation for Financial Literacy and Entrepreneurship. We're a nonprofit organization with a mission to make financial competence pretty much fun and engaging for everyone. And so Venture Valley is our free-to-play, fast-paced multiplayer business simulation game where players pretty much take on the role of an entrepreneur. And so the game features a single-player campaign with 35 unique missions, as well as what you pretty much mentioned earlier, a competitive esports style multiplayer match. And so we pretty much made the game because we realized Venture Valley is a great way to have kids explore the topics of entrepreneurship and financial literacy, and it meets kids where they are, which is in front of a screen. Video games are a great way for players to learn real life information and develop skills through an entertaining simulation that doesn't feel like learning, and that's our goal here.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, let's not talk about it any longer. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So, John has challenged Alex to a little match here in Venture Valley. So, we're going to jump in and get started.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Here we go.
Yep.
Joining
All
now.
right.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
All right. Yep. Just give it a few moments, and then it'll fill the rest of the slots with some bots, and then we'll hop right in.
Perfect. And you'll notice the lobby code up at the top there. That was emailed to everybody who is participating in the Beyond the Game Challenge. And I'll show you after we're done with the gameplay exactly where you can register. Hopefully a lot of you have registered already, but just in case, we'll show you where you can register on the website. And then that email will be sent directly to you with the lobby code. So if you don't catch it here, not to worry, you're going to get it shortly. All right, here we go.
Yep.
All right. So tell us what you did just there, John.
Yeah, so I mean, in the very beginning, I selected a card set. One of the aspects of this game is that you're able to use a set of cards to give you yourself advantages and give your opponents disadvantages. And so that is the first thing you set when you pretty much load into a game is like your card set.
All right. Oh. Are you paying $27 an hour for people
Yes,
who
I
are
am.
working
Yeah.
at your coffee shop? All
In this
right, I want to
game,
work
yeah,
there.
in this game, you definitely want to pay your employees well. If you pay your employees well, that's one of the first tips. They will pay you back. And as you see, as I click this plus button and I pay the employees more, the revenue that I'm getting and the sales and my market base is always going up as well. So you kind of want to play around with this number and just try to maximize your revenue, your product sales, and your market.
Oh, I see. So as you're adjusting wages, then we can see on the left there
Mm-hmm.
the sales and the overhead.
Yes. So pretty much what I'm going to do right now is I'm going through all my 4 businesses and I'm essentially just setting the wages and making sure my employees are happy right from the start. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and it makes sense if you're in a robot factory, you're going to pay more than if you're in a pizza place, right?
Yes,
Because
of course.
probably a little bit more skill involved.
Yes.
All right.
And then sometimes you'll see here that your shop is also available to have upgrades. So once you earn enough revenue in your shop, you're able to upgrade the shop and kind of unlock more features or more aspects of the shop. So for example, after this completes, now that my coffee shop is rank 2, I actually can sell espresso with my coffee as well. And so you're kind of unlocking different features and aspects as you continue along.
Got it. And as any of us who have bought coffee know, there's a whole lot more profit to be made on an espresso drink than a plain coffee, right?
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
in this game, there are 3 different categories for entry. One is to have the highest business valuation. One is to generate the most revenue, and one is to sell the highest number of units of products.
Right here. Yeah. So these are the goals, and you can see them pretty much on the very top.
Perfect. All right. So where's Alex in there? I'm not seeing Alex right now. Is it just
Alex
because we
is
see only your view?
yeah.
I
So this is only my view right now, but
Alex.
if I scroll out, see this is one of the buildings that he's making right now. So you can see him kind of scattered around the town.
Gotcha. I see.
Yeah.
Alex, it looks like you might want to give your employees a raise.
I've been trying.
All right. So John, how do you figure out when you're playing this? Oh, how do you decide what to do? Do you just tinker around with it a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Decide,
the game
what am I doing
pretty
with
much
marketing?
yeah.
Okay.
When I
Sorry.
first started, I didn't really know what I was doing also. It seemed very confusing at first, but honestly, the game is actually pretty simple and it kind of walks you through everything. So honestly, when you're joining, you kind of just want to kind of click around and look at all the different buttons. But as I kind of said earlier, it's a pretty simple process. And so if I'm changing my employee wages, I see that my revenue goes up, my overhead goes up, my products go up, my market goes up. And so you kind of want to just play around with the numbers and find that like happy balance. And then you can do that with your products as well. You can set your products to be cheaper or more expensive, and you can choose the different types of products that you want to sell. So of course, you want to always keep these goals in mind as you're playing. And so, for example, if I want to sell the most window bots, a strategy that I can employ is maybe making these window bots a lot cheaper than my competition, so that I might not bring in the most amount of money, but I'll sell the most amount of units. So these are just all little things to keep in mind when you're playing the game.
Got it. And then, so as part of this Beyond the Game challenge, we're going to ask everyone at the end to reflect on what you did and what helped you the most. So, Alex, what kind of things are you trying to do right now?
I'm just trying to play around with the employee wages to see if I can get this back up into an overhead where I can upgrade again and then move to another building, hopefully.
Okay.
Another business. But everything I do makes people unhappy, so let's give them a raise.
I feel like that was something when I've played this, I was trying to be more conservative on the employee wages. So it sounds like actually keeping the employees happy might be strategy number one, John.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. And how long does a game last? How long is a match?
Yeah, so matches can be customized anywhere from 5 minutes all the way up to 30 minutes. And so I believe this one was a 5 minute match. And so it says up here we have 4 minutes left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. I see that happening now. So maybe what I'll do, you two keep playing in the background, and I'm just going to remove you from our screen for a second, and I'm going to instead share mine, just in case someone watching this has not seen how to sign up. Let me show you. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to share my screen. If you go to the nasef.org website, that's actually right here, nasef.org, and then you'll see right over here under the play menu, Beyond the Game Challenges. So we're going to go to Beyond the Game Challenges, and there are 2 going on right now. In the middle of October, we're adding a 3rd, so make sure you come back for that. And then I just click on Venture Valley, and here we are. And so you'll see here how to join the challenge. There's a quick overview of what to do and how to participate. You're going to click the registration button, and when you do that, that's going to take you to this form. And you just go through. We have an adult facilitator, and then we have the students. Now, we don't collect student data ever, and so we're just going to ask the adult facilitator to give the name of the teams and an estimate of the number of students. And you'll see right here, if you scroll down the page, we have a team guide with step-by-step instruction. And what I was going to show is right here, a few videos and tutorials. So this is an area definitely, if you're brand new, that you're going to want to get familiar with. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I have a feeling, are we getting close to the end here?
Yep, we have about 2 minutes left.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to stop sharing mine, and we're going to go back over here to the game and see what's going on. Oh, Alex, you're making some money there.
Yeah, I was able to sell my business and then open up some more.
Okay, cool. And Alex, how many times have you played this game?
This is my first time.
This is your first time. All right.
Yep.
So see,
I wanted to come in cold and show everyone that anybody could do this.
That's perfect, because I was going to say, we know that John is good at this because this is his job. But since
Yes.
you just jumped right in and you're able to figure it out and get things going, then everybody in our audience should be able to as well. All right, we're down to the final minute. Let's see. So, how many teams can a school enter into this competition?
Yeah, I mean, so teams are, sets of even numbers, and then schools can pretty much enter unlimited teams that they want. Pretty much a team just needs to join and then play together in the mode, and then just complete the event objectives.
Okay, great. And then where's the game available? Riley, maybe you can tackle that one while John's trying to seal his victory here.
Yeah, absolutely. Venture Valley is available on mobile platforms in the Apple Store and Google Play Store as well for Android. We're also available on Steam if you would like to play on PC.
Okay, great. So it sounds like no matter what your option is for gameplay, you can do it with Venture Valley. 3, 2, 1. Okay, how'd it go? Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Yes.
Of course he is.
GG's.
Good game. Absolutely. All right. So if we look at earn the most revenue, I see, but we had Oscar Dog G had the highest valuation of the matchmaking service, correct? I'm looking at that. Okay. And then the Robot Factory, you sold the most window bots, and you also were able to sell the most small bites in the coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Great. So any last minute tips that you have for people as they go in, or do you think just go ahead and jump right in and start playing and see what you
Yeah,
can
I mean,
do?
I would say for a brand new, fresh player, if you really want to kind of learn step by step, and you might be a little bit afraid of like the overload of just hopping straight into a multiplayer game, you can start off with the single player campaign. It really does teach you the fundamentals step by step. But other than that, I would just say go ahead and play and just have fun. The matches are very short. You can always experiment with, setting the different wages, setting the R&D costs. You can play around with the various, adversity cards or advantage cards that we have in the game. And so just have fun and then just enjoy the game.
Yeah, awesome. So Alex, as an educator, just tell us for a second, what do you see as advantages of being able to learn about finance this way for students?
I think it's pretty neat that you can hide all of the math and data analytics that you're going through with a business inside of the game, and kids will come in and they'll just tap and try new things and then figure out, what happens with the market, what happens with their stores, and then try to take and, use some of that gaming processing that they already have these skills in and ideate on new ways to invest and grow their businesses. So I think it's a great way for students to try and learn. And it's kind of like sneaking medicine into some kind of candy or something. We've really taken some of this math and the analytics and put it right into the game. So
Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right. Well, we want to talk real quickly about the dates. We just started, so we sent out game codes beginning on October 2nd, and we are now officially in the first week of gameplay. And we're going to have another live stream coming up on October 24th. I'm so excited for you all to participate. I hope that you will join us. We're going to have an entrepreneur who started a business in game development. So this is an individual I met. He started a company called 404 Creative. They use Unreal Engine, Fortnite Creative, and they design games that brands use, sort of like advertising for their brand, for their company, but it's in a game. And so this organization, this is a way for you to see if somebody's starting a business, is an entrepreneur, but in game development, what kinds of processes did they go through? So they're still setting prices, not for a cup of coffee versus a cup of espresso, but maybe for different levels of detail to games and that kind of thing. So I'm really excited to have a chance to talk with the team from 404 Creative, and that's going to be on October 24th. You have a lot of time to play the game, a little bit over a month. If you're watching this today, October 3rd, you've got all the way until November 10th to wrap up your submission. So you've got a lot of time to get as good or better than John. And and I think you can do it. I bet somebody out there is going to do it. And then we'll take a little bit of time to analyze the submissions, and then we'll announce the winners the beginning of December. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again and show you. I already showed you how to sign up, but I want to make sure that you also know how to do a flip video. So I'm going to get us back onto our page here. Here we go. So again, we're back on that Venture Valley page. Did we talk about prizes yet? I don't think we talked about prizes. Let's do that because everyone loves a good prize, right? So first place, if you get the highest score in one of our 3 categories, first place is going to get a $250 grant for the school that you go to, or if you're at, say, an after-school organization, a Boys and Girls Club or something, they'll get a $250 grant. Plus, the submitting team is going to get a $250 Amazon gift card to be used for school supplies. So we're giving those scholarship gift cards and those grants for top 3 placements for 3 different categories. So make sure that you enter, and you can go in and put your scores into the leaderboard and then play again. And if you get a better score, just keep adding to the leaderboard, and we will go with the top scores that any team submits. So we talked already about where to download the game, where to see the tutorials. Now this is how to submit. You're going to submit your score on the leaderboard, and so this is what that looks like. It's a simple Google form. You put in the adult facilitator name and email and your team name, and then this is what we're looking for. If you're in the area of valuation, then you're going to put that score. If top revenue is what you're going for to win that category, you'll put it here. And if it's the most sales, you're going to put it here. And then we also want to have you do a screenshot of your score. That's very important. So when you get to the end of the game, like John just did, you want to screenshot that before you close out and go on, because otherwise you're going to have to go back and play all over again. So make sure you get a screenshot of the score, and then we're going to have you include a link to your flip video, which we'll talk about in just a second, or there's an option to do a written reflection. So the 2 ways to submit your final score and your reflection are either through video or in writing. And I'm going to go back over here on the main page, and we're going to look at the team guide, because this has your prompts for what should be included in the reflection. So I'm going to scroll way down. Eligibility, schedule, how to submit your score, judging guidelines. So you'll see here the categories for entry and then the thought starters for students. So make sure you're taking time and addressing these questions when you submit your video or when you write up what your experience was like. So when did you play cards and why? And how did you structure your deck? So Alex, you just played for the first time. Did you have a chance really to figure out how you're going to structure your deck?
I think as a level 1 player, I only had a certain deck, so it let me just choose that first deck as I went in, and that was it. I saw John had multiple options, so the better you get, the higher level you go, the more decks you can have. So I think that's going to be something that students want to think of too. Whenever they're playing, they'll want to preview it or practice and grow their character, and then they're, build up their levels. That way they can have different decks to start with and go for that top prize.
Right, right. That makes sense. A couple other questions that we're going to address. What cards or strategies did you find most useful and why? What did you do to draw in customers? Low prices, good service. We learned that good service is definitely a key, right? That's a hint that John gave us already. What kind of marketing? Did you buy marketing? And if so, what kind and why? As your business grew, did you adjust prices and wages? Did you do that, John, as you were playing? It seemed like you were adjusting things as you went along.
Yeah, I was always kind of adjusting it throughout the game.
Right. Okay. And how about loans? Did you start off with a loan?
Yeah, so pretty much you need a loan to pretty much open all of the starting businesses. And then when you're making money and bringing in revenue, you can slowly pay off those loans, and then you'll be obviously bringing in more money after the fact. Yeah.
Okay. That is very important for every business owner to remember.
Yes,
Get out
you
of
gotta
debt.
pay those loans. Yep.
You got to pay those loans off. Get out of debt so you're not paying
Mhm.
too much interest, right? That really affects your take home.
Yeah.
And then what is your main takeaway from this competition? So, Alex, what would you say? This is your very first, you came in cold and played the game. What was your main takeaway today?
I would say that, you know, I need to practice and go in and actually read through some of the items before I would jump in. So that way I would understand how the purchasing of the different storefronts would work, how selling it. Like, I didn't figure it out until minute 3 that I could sell my coffee shop and earn some more cash to start opening other businesses. And, just how does that entrepreneurship work where you can buy and sell so that way you can keep building on your capital and purchasing more to keep building up your revenue.
Okay. Okay. That's great. So these things that we just talked through, this is what we want to have you submit in your flip video. So those of you who aren't familiar with it, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go out of this and go back over. You'll see down here and how to submit your video on flip. So you're going to click on this button if you're doing the video submission, and then that is going to take you to flip. Those of you who've been in esports for a while or teaching, it used to be called Flipgrid, so they just had a name change, but it's the same app that you know and love. And you will see when you log into the Venture Valley group, here are your 3 places. So you just go right here and you can either record a video. So you're going to record that video right as you're playing. And here I am in my office recording. And then when you're done, you can add text to it if you want. You can do all kinds of little edits, filters, add photos. So you just do whatever you want that's going to give you the best video. And I'm going to get out of here because it's so weird to see myself on 2 screens at the same time. So you go into Flip and you're going to go ahead and record that video and submit. And then you're going to go to our leaderboard, which we already showed a minute ago. You're going to go over to that leaderboard and you're going to send us the screenshot of the score. And this is where you have the link to your flip video. So make sure, I hopped out of flip a little too quickly because I didn't like seeing myself on 2 screens at once. But when you're at the end of that flip video, you want to make sure you capture the link to your flip before you log out. And then you drop that in here. Okay, so that is how to enter. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there are any other questions. Is there anything else that's come up that you think is going to be a top of mind question for people?
Not really a question, but for more tips and tricks, we have plenty of videos on the Venture Valley YouTube channel and our social media as well. Our Instagram is Venture Valley Game. So if you want to check out for more tips and tricks, we have plenty there.
Oh, very good, Riley. Thank you for coming in with that. So we have some tips on the NASEF. It's nasef.org/venture-valley, or we showed you how to get there through the Beyond the Game page. So we have a few tips there, but if you want even more, then we'll head on over to the Venture Valley Instagram page. Awesome. Thank you. If you have specific questions about how to download or anything about the game itself, you can also reach out to us. We're at info@nasef.org. And then there is community@venturevalley.org if you have specific questions around the game. But if you hit either one of us up, we're going to forward the questions as needed and make sure that you get those taken care of. So I think that is it for us today. Thanks so much for joining us. And we will see you again, hopefully the end of October, when we do our live stream talking with some of the game developers over at 404 Creative, and we'll do a little bit more gameplay there. So thank you everyone for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye. Thank you.